Alright, today we're going to be ranking all DLC 4 maps in Call of Duty Zombies history. With the release of Kawakujo, and that map being a DLC 4 map, I decided it's time to put it where it belongs on this list. We'll be ranking all the way from World at War to the newest game BO7. This will only include DLC 4 maps. While yes, the majority of these will be the last maps in their respective games, some games might not even show up. How I'm ranking this comes down to a couple things. Do I enjoy coming back to the map compared to others on this list? And how strong is it in terms of content, story, Easter eggs, and wonder weapon? Remember, this is my personal list. If you have a different opinion, please let me know down in the comments.
Only 2.6% of you have subscribed. It would be really awesome if you just hit that subscribe button. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos as much as I'm making them. Now let's get back into the video.
Alright, I'll pretty much just say this every single time I rank maps. I despise Advanced Warfare. Coming at number 10 is Descent from Advanced Warfare. I think it's just an awful game, and the only thing redeemable about it is that it gave the other studios a chance to make something with the zombies mode. Descent is not the worst map in Advanced Warfare, but in terms of this list, it's gonna be last. This map takes place underwater, which is a cool concept that I do wish we got another map like it. The Trident Wonder Weapon is a cool idea. It's a crossbow-like weapon that shoots bolts that can bounce off of walls. Cool concept, just not the greatest in execution on this map. This is also, weirdly enough, the first zombies map to introduce a boss fight, and I'll give it credit that it started off some of the greatest boss fights we've ever had later down the line, but I think this and every other Advanced Warfare map suffers from the same exact thing. Exo zombies are annoying and they don't utilize the movement system very well, except in this map they kind of did with that one part in the Easter egg. Overall, this is the worst DLC 4 map in COD Zombies history. Alright, coming in at number 9 is Forsaken from Call of Duty Cold War. Let me get this first out of the way. The Crystal X is one of the best wonder weapons in Zombies history. This weapon can be switched back and forth between a melee act and a rapid fire energy weapon, making it probably the best thing about this map. Now on to the other stuff, which is mostly negatives. The map is small and not very unique. It plays more like a multiplayer map, and it's pretty much just the campaign map, just with zip lines to get from place to place. Which I know other maps have done this in the past, but this just takes it to next level, and it just seems lazy. I do like the arcade in one of the sections. You could play old Activision games and even play a version of Knock where you survive, which is super cool. The Easter egg is underwhelming for a final map, and the boss fight, while super cool looking and pretty much looks intimidating, is very boring and easy to get through. Coming in at number 8 is Moon from Black Ops 1. I put this as one of my most overrated maps, and I stand by it. This map has some great moments. The Easter egg is great, and the ending was awesome, even still today. Blowing up the Earth was such a cool thing to witness for the first time. The wave gun is still one of the most creative and fun wonder weapons in Zombies history. The concept of playing on the moon was mind-blowing at the time, and the hacker device made for some cool gameplay aspects. Now for the negatives. The boss zombie on this map is the astronaut, and good lord, this thing is awful. He takes one of your perks if he grabs you and headbutts you. The issue is he can just be around the corner and you accidentally run into him, say goodbye to one of your perks. Plus, if you lose jug or speed, hope that the 50-50 is on your side when you return to Area 51. The low gravity, while super cool and unique, is super finicky. If you hit a random pebble, it will go flying. And the wonder weapon, while awesome, has some of the worst box RNG in the entire franchise. They shouldn't be that rare, or at least make them craft. Coming in at number 7 is the Beast from Beyond from Infinite Warfare. Yes, I know this shouldn't be higher than Forsaken or Moon compared to a lot of other people, but my reason is because I count the Mephistopheles fight with this map, and that's pretty much the saving grace of it. As a standalone map, this is not a great map compared to the likes of Rave or Space Lamb. The map is pretty forgettable, and if it didn't have the director's cut super Easter egg, this would be ranked a lot lower. But the fact that beating all 4 Easter eggs in director's cut unlocks what I consider the best boss fight in Zombies history earns you at this spot. At number 6 is The Reckoning from Black Ops 6. This map includes the BO6 story, and while it's kind of bland, the Easter egg and boss fight do make up for it. The Easter egg is on par with the other BO6 maps, but the boss fight is interesting and unique. In this map, you have this choice of either helping Richthofen or Sam. I think that's a cool concept. I just wish the choice was made alongside during the other maps Easter eggs as like a super Easter egg or earlier in the game, as in unlike BO2's Victus Crew's map, where you can help Richtofen or Maxis. After Shattered Vale, we went with Richtofen to Janus Tower to stop Sam. So why is there a choice to help Sam now, even though we were going to help Richtofen earlier? Doesn't really make sense to me, and since Sam kind of betrayed us in the Shattered Vale. The Wonder Weapon is okay, nothing special. You get 2 variants from either helping Blankard or Panos. While this map is nothing special, it's not a bad map. Some of the side Easter eggs, like the Ether Blade, is pretty cool, but overall, Black Ops 6 was kind of a underwhelming game, and the Reckoning kind of concludes that. Coming in at number 5 is the Frozen Dawn from World War II. This map wraps up the World War II story, and it doesn't really disappoint. The lead up to this map, though, through the DLC season was a hit or miss, but this map does help in evolving the story. The Frozen Dawn takes place in the ancient city of Thu, probably misspelled that, in Antarctica. While not visually appealing in every area, it still looks great in some spots. The Wonder Weapon, or might I say Wonder Weapons on this map, are actually a couple different ones, and they're all melee weapons. These have decent enough quests to make them enjoyable to earn and use. The Easter egg of this map has some good steps, and the boss fight is one of the better boss fights in the franchise. You fight this God King, and he has multiple attacks, which makes it unique to play against. Overall, World War II Zombie as a whole was overlooked, but I do think the Frozen Dawn helps cement this game as a better than good one. Alright, coming in at number 4 is Revelations from Black Ops 3. Revelation is the most visually appealing to look at, but everything else is a hit or miss. The areas are all mashups of existing maps, which is a cool fan service, but at the time this was the ending of the Aether story, so it was a letdown in terms of just rehashing areas. The only true new area was the Pathagon stomach and the starting area, which I admit, those are pretty cool areas. The map is probably the easiest map to get to around 100 since there's so many powerful weapons available. While none of them are unique except the upgraded Apothicon Servant, if you count that. The Easter egg has some interesting steps, but the boss fight wasn't as much of a spectacle as something like Dryzen Drak or Gorod Krovis. The ending cutscene was a massive disappointment after years of Aether buildup, but the map itself is still fun to play, which is why it lands at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Tag der Toten from Black Ops 4. This is the true ending of Aether story, and it did it right. The Easter egg on this map was hard to do, and it should be. This is it. The ending cutscene afterward emotionally gets to me every time I watch it, and this map just tugs at your heartstrings. I do have some issues with it, though. Since this is a reimagining of Call of the Dead with some extra areas, it's tough to make it live up to the original. The decision to have the Victus crew instead of our beloved Ultimus or Primus crew is just sad. This is the last map for the Aether story, and we're playing as a crew that a lot of people didn't like in BO2. Kind of weird. The Wonder Weapons were okay. The Tundra Gun is a cool take on the Thunder Gun, and the Wonder Waft Sniper is literally just the Wonder Waft with the scope. This map is still deserving of top 3. I just wish it did it better. Coming in at number 2, barely being beat out by number 1, is Origins from Black Ops 2. Yeah, say how I'm wrong, and this should be number 1 in the comments. Hear me out. Has there been another map in your eyes that is better than this map? If so, then shush. This map is super overrated, but I will give it credit where credit is due. This map is still amazing. The atmosphere and Wonder Weapons are some of the best in the series. This introduced us to the Primus crew, which carried the franchise on their backs for the next 3 games. The Easter egg, while long, is still fun. The only downsides of Origins is just how big it is. I don't want to trek miles just to get from one side to the other. Random spawn spots for the majority of the staff species are annoying, and the generator defense can really take you out of the game. Overall, I still think this map is a masterpiece, but there is one map that is better. Coming in at number 1. This is the best DLC 4 map in all of COD Zombies, Kaukujo. This map is just breathtaking. From the beautiful scenery to the great Easter egg, this map has got it all. This is Takio's map in BO7, and it really fits that whole Japanese vibe. The volcanoes in the castle make for a beautiful setting. The Wonder Weapon is a freaking cat. That is the most creative and unique Wonder Weapon there has ever been. The Necromancer is insane and is one of the most powerful weapons the series has ever produced. The murder mystery style Easter egg is fun to figure out, and it's different from any other Easter eggs we've gotten. The personal lore of Takio takes BO7 and COD Zombies as a whole into a new level of storytelling. The tribute to Tom Kane adds an emotional weight that makes this map mean something beyond just gameplay. I know Tag der Toten had something for George Romero, which I do appreciate as well. This is appreciated as well. While I explained a lot of the positives, there are unfortunately some negatives to this map. The Easter egg was controversially solved through data mining. There are a lot of bugs bugs at launch, and still some that remain today. The map layout can be confusing at first, and then the defense waves that replace the dog rounds can be annoying after a while. I still think this map is an S tier map through and through. Alright, that's all the DLC 4 maps ranked. Do you agree with my rankings? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys have any ideas for next video, let me know down in the comments there as well. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.